An adjustable front hub has a lock nut on the outside, then sometimes a washer, then the cone, which has two narrow flats. Cone spanners are thin spanners that fit onto the narrow flats. You need one that fits the narrow flats exactly. This is likely to be somewhere between 13mm and 16mm. Hold the axle still with the cone spanner on the cone and turn the lock nut anti-clockwise to unlock the bearing. If the wheel is off the bike, you may be able to hold the lock nut with a normal open-ended spanner. If you want to work with the wheel on the bike, another cone spanner may be necessary. Screw the cone in or out to tighten or loosen the bearing on the front hub. When you move it out, hold the axle still with a spanner on the cone on the opposite side. When you move it in, hold the axle still with a spanner on the lock nut on the other side. Make small adjustments and check the bearing between each. Once the bearing is in the target zone of not too loose and not too tight, hold the cone still and screw the lock nut tight against it to lock the bearing on the front hub. Check the bearing and readjust if necessary. The act of locking may change the tightness of the bearing, so if your first try at locking ends up too tight, start again with the bearing very slightly looser.